Hey guys, it's Rhythm Ben here, and today I think I'm gonna give you guys a tutorial. Now, right now in my Dune of Fallen series, we have like corvettes, frigates, destroyers, whatever, and I see that some people don't really put as much time into war vehicles as me and Punky do. So they don't really know how to build it, which, I mean, it's understandable. You know, this game isn't a war game. So, right now I guess I'm just going to build like a simple armored Corvette. So, what you need is you need a cockpit. I like to drain the monopropellant from it. It sheds some weight. And now you just need some fuel. This is going to be a very rushed Corvette because, you know, this is just an example. You can tailor it to your needs. And usually I don't like using these fuel tanks, but I'm gonna use it right now. So we're gonna make it run off of atomic engines. These are pretty nifty. Save just in case. And well, I suppose there's no space anywhere else, so I guess we can just make the missile bay right in the front. Just the Raisin Bran way to make the missile bay right in the front. The deploy limit right down, so yep, there we go. Bam, that's a little missile bay. Kinda looks like a duck, honestly. But we'll worry about the missiles later. Right now, we need to worry about the armor. Usually, I like to make armor look good, but right now, we just need the fundamentals. So, what you want is you don't want to attach any two pieces of armor to each other. So let's just say this, so those two pieces of armor compared to if you just did it like this. So let's pretend that this gets blown off. This armor panel is still here, but on this case, this gets blown off. It takes both pieces of armor with it. So that's just kind of the logic I go by when I build these ships. Yes, it makes the armor building process a little bit slower, but we've got time. Well, not in this video, so I'm just gonna skip through this. Okay, so this ship looks absolutely ugly, but it's armor. Okay, just don't judge it, it's armor. And well, now all we really need is, well, also we kinda need a way of control. So what I like to do when I have parts that have oxidizer capacity, but you know, I don't really have engines that use oxidizer, is I like to put a tiny bit of, maybe a little bit more oxidizer in there, and then take some Werner engines and just stick them on here like this, and you've got control. But personally, I try to shy away from using RCS because I don't know, I just don't like the sound of fuel being burnt just for moving around. Also, it kind of changes your lateral position. So personally, I usually don't use this, but personally I just like to add docking ports where I put the missiles. Oh, hold on, let's just build it out on the top to make it a bit easier. But yeah, I like to put docking ports on the missiles because if I ever need to reload it, then I can, you know, just take another missile that has a docking port beneath it, and boom, I've reloaded. I'm sorry if I'm constantly saving. I'm a PS4 user, and on the old version of the KSP PS4, it used to crash a lot. And I personally don't like putting the shroud on missiles. This is going to be a very basic missile. In Dune of Fallen, me and Punky use a tiny bit more advanced missiles. So 2 fuel tanks. we need some control, a battery, and my favorite pod or probe to use is this one. It, it has a reaction wheel and it kind of looks cool. But if this part is the first thing that hits the target, then it's not going to do very much damage. So you would probably want like an I-beam. In Dune of Fallen, we don't have these on very many missiles, but that's because they serve the missiles that we have. They have little fuel tanks attached to them that the fuel isn't burnt, it's just ballast, I guess. And then there's a little decoupler, you decouple it and it's like a scatter bomb or scatter missile, I guess. And let's just stick it right into this cargo bay. I like to have the action group to activate the engine on abort, just because it makes it a tiny bit easier. So, toggle engine. There we go. And we need it to decouple before we shoot it or turn on the engine. So let's just put it down here, and we want it to decouple separately. So let's just do that. And make sure that the atomic engines are firing before the missiles, just in case we need to do any maneuvering. And, well, that's how you build a very simple Corvette. Usually they take much longer to build, but this is just, an example Corvette. Alright, so I've just put this thing into orbit. Whoa, it's a bit squirrely. Maybe we don't really need RCS that much. On bigger ships, usually you do. But maybe if you need to turn around like really fast. RCS is a bit strong. We don't really necessarily need it, and this Corvette's a bit hard to control. But hey, it's got working engines, and well, let's just deploy one of our missiles. And just gonna switch to it. Turn on the engine, and we're going to shoot at our own ship. Let's get a decent range away. We just, I personally like to fire at about this range. So let's just point retrograde. And well, we gotta make sure that it's absolutely 0. Even if we're moving towards the target. Okay, so absolutely 0 right there. Now we aim towards the target and just accelerate. Now this should hit. Slow it down for you. And yeah, that's definitely going to be a hit. And well, that caused a lot of damage. And we just stopped. Okay. And that was a bit weird. Alright. When I hit it, it looked like there was a lot of damage done. Maybe it's because of that weird glitch. Oh, I'll try it again. Just activate the engine. And just get a good distance away from it. We want to be able to build up kinetic energy. This one will be a bit farther away. Yeah, I guess that's close enough to 0. So now we're actually deorbiting because of how fast we're going. Usually we don't hit at this speed. And still no damage, it looks like. Well, these cockpits are basically invincible to missiles, but, well, now you know the gist of, how to shoot missiles, how to build Corvettes, basically, and, now hopefully you can stage your own space battles like me and Punky do. Now, that's just going to be one part of my tutorial. I'll probably do more tutorials later on down the road, but for now, that's it. Goodbye.